now on Bounce, one of the state's premier wildlife rehabilitation centers at Lees-McRae College wants to share with you the value of helping injured animals. The May Wildlife Rehabilitation Center in Banner Elk, North Carolina. We love Banner Elk, by the way. It nurses so many animals back to health. You guys do a great job. And tonight, we want to discuss how you can volunteer and sign up for internships in Western North Carolina. Nina Fischesser is the director of the center. Thanks for coming on the show. Good to have you here with us.
Thanks so much, Dee.
And who did you bring? Animals and live people?
We brought Shannon and Dustin, and they are students at Lees-McRae College.
Oh, okay.
And they are
Go Bobcats, right?
Go Bobcats, that's right.
I know my sports. There you go. But you don't have any Bobcats. You have, what do you have with us tonight?
Well, today we have with us Nod and Hamlet. They're both northern saw-whet owls. They're a lot more common in the northern United States, but they're actually found in this area above 4,000 feet elevation. Areas above 4,000 feet elevation in the Appalachian Mountains are actually considered an endangered ecosystem, second only to the Florida Everglades. And in the state of North Carolina, northern saw-whets are considered a threatened species due to habitat loss.
Mm-hmm. Now, what should happen if you come across one of these that may be injured? How do you go about doing what you need to do?
You would, first you could call a rehabilitator and find out how to safely capture them, because you always want to think about your safety and the animal's safety.
Right, because I'd be scared. If I'm going to be quite honest with you. I'm a little scaredy cat anyway, but you have to be safe first for yourself. Okay?
That's right.
All right, and
so you must try to capture them in a way that is not harmful, and then you put them in a cardboard box, which keeps them safe, and quiet and dark. And so then you transport them to a wildlife rehabilitation center. If it was a raptor like that in North Carolina, that would be probably going to the Carolina Raptor Center. If it was up in the mountains or maybe the Asheville area, it would come to us.
And is there a number you can call somebody just in case you're not sure what to do? Is there a certain number you can call?
Absolutely. Our number is 828-898.
Okay.
2568.
And I'm sure we're going to have that up on WBTV.com. We've got everything up on WBTV.com.
There's
no doubt about that. Now, we've lost our helpers because they're getting some more animals,
getting
right?
some red-tailed hawks, one of which is very rare.
Red-tailed hawk. Oh, my goodness. Now, I'm telling you, if I saw that, I would just start running, screaming. Those things are beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. All right.
They're gorgeous.
Go to talking. Tell us about them.
Well, this is Captain and Cloudfeather, and while red-tailed hawks are actually one of the most common species of hawks in North America, you're not going to find Cloudfeather very often. She's actually as rare as about 1 in 600,000 in her species.
Wow.
So she is a leucistic red-tailed hawk. She's not albino. It just means that some of her skin cells don't produce the coloration. Okay,
it's a gorgeous bird, but somebody's going to have to clean that stuff up. You just dropped that. Oh, my goodness. That was live TV. That's live TV at its best right there. Oh, my goodness. If you come across one of these and they're injured, you really have to extreme caution, correct?
Yes. These can squeeze about 400 to 600 pounds per square inch in their talons. So that's what they defend themselves with. That's what they also hunt with. And so you should always make sure that you cover them up. Wear leather gloves. You can see that Shannon and Dustin have leather gloves on now so that they can't be harmed. And it's easier for the hawks, too.
What are the chances of seeing one of these out there just walking around?
Pretty common.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And, all right, volunteer and internship opportunities. I'm sure a lot of people might see this tonight and say, hey, I'd love to work with animals like that.
Yes, we actually have a college program where students come and they major in wildlife biology. They're earning a Bachelor of Science degree. And so they are working with animals all 4 years of college. So this is what we like to put out there, is that we offer the only program of its kind in the country where students can major in biology and work with animals the whole time.
Okay. I have a BS in biology, by the way, and my mother said I was going to be somebody big one day, but
and here you are.
Yeah. All right, you guys are also made the list of our state magazine's best college towns. Tell us about that honor. That's pretty cool.
That is something that I don't know a lot about. Can you explain that?
Well, it's a really unique town to be in, and I grew up in a small town in Tennessee, and coming up here to Banner Elk for college is just a really unique experience. I felt at home right away. And the college is it's small, but not so small that your opportunities are limited.
Right. All right, Lindsay is joining.
The white one was what's the white one's name again?
Cloudfeather.
I love that name.
It's beautiful,
You got-
isn't it?
Beautiful bird.
You got any
It
questions
just
you want
like it was staring at me when I walked in. Like, who's the new
It
girl?
recognizes gorgeous and gorgeous. And so tell me now, seriously, you got any questions you want to ask us since you're over here?
I've just been in awe. So. The white one's so beautiful.
These are very important birds. They are often mistaken as chicken hawks.
Okay.
And so a lot of times people think that because they're hanging around the chicken coop, they're looking for their chickens, but actually these are buteos and they hunt for rodents. And so they're actually beneficial for the farms. And so everybody should appreciate red-tailed hawks.
Oh,
And they're not trained at all. They're just
These two hawks are trained
Okay.
to sit on a glove and
to
look
sit
pretty.
on a glove and that's it.
Yes.
Not fly around.
They eat their mice on a plate.
All right, and Katie McKeever, our social media director, is over there as well. She's, you can tell she's excited about it. You're going to put this on the social media a little bit later? Well, you're going to put it on Facebook, Twitter, on WBTV?
But I don't think
Can you
I
pet it?
No, I'm
Can you
No,
pet it?
not that one.
No. Oh, no, we don't.
Wipe my finger off.
These are boundaries.
And that down there. We got to deal with that later. Hey, thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. Two great students, too, right?
They're wonderful.
Well,
We're lucky
fantastic.
to have them, and great program.
Now,
Thank you so much.
If people just want to come and see the animals, how can they do
We
that?
offer wildlife presentations every Saturday at 1 o'clock at the center, and people come to the classroom. We bring out a lot more animals than just you're seeing tonight,
Okay.
and they come and see, and the students talk all about them and the program and what we do. We work with 1,400 animals a year.
That's pretty neat. So he was still staying at Lindsay. Over
I
there.
know.
Okay, for more information, log on to WBTV.com. Look in the web extras section under the home tab. Thanks for being here. This has been one of our cooler segments, is it
Thank
right?
you so much for having us.
All right, we'll be right back. Lindsay's going to have some weather for you right after the break. Stay with us.
Yeah, I think